guys, just wanted to kind of do an overview and an introduction of myself to the YouTube world. My name is Dawn and I'm a professional. I work full-time, I have no children, I'm engaged to be married, and I just wanted to join in with this community and be a part of the planner world. As soon as I got a hold of my Erin Condren, I was immediately obsessed with it and just loved it, and really took a long time for me to really get into the planning process. And sorry if you hear feet walking around, my dogs are in here walking around. Curious as always. And so I just wanted to get into the community and really introduce myself and kind of what I'm into. I love my Erin Condren, but I'm not opposed to trying other planners as well, so I may branch out into that. But I'm just getting confident in planning in my Erin Condren, and I'll kind of do an overview of my planner up until now as well. I also love my Project Life, and I don't do Project Life like everybody else does. Typically, every week you do a spread. I'm not able to do that much, but I do use, I can kind of show you, I do use a Becky Higgins binder and the Becky Higgins spreads here as well. I don't know if you can see it from where you're at, but I'm trying not to dump my coffee over too. So this is an example of a spread that I would use. It's not a week, it's just pictures that I had taken and I wanted to scrapbook them, and I wanted to try out this sort of style and layout. So I am using Project Life cards. I do make some of my own cards as well. I use both the horizontal and the vertical. I can show you a vertical. Here's a vertical. Half and half, really. I don't know if you can see this one if it's in the shot, but the up and down ones, I actually end up using those more just because, for whatever reason, I end up taking my photos up and down. So, again, I'm not using them for week by week per se, but I do some journaling in a lot of them. I just think it's a really, really awesome way to remember specific moments and you know, just document kind of what happened and when. But this channel I assume to be a combination of Erin Condren planner type stuff, office supply stuff, some maybe Project Life style items, some scrapbooking, possibly some makeup. I am a makeup hoarder, or whatever people want to call me. I'm not a professional, I'm not a makeup artist, but I just love makeup and I think it's a good creative outlet. Same thing with my Erin Condren, that's kind of what I see as my creative outlet. So this is kind of what my Erin Condren looks like. It's very dirty because I take it with me pretty much everywhere. I did customize the cover. The front says, "Worrying won't change the outcome," which is my favorite quote. I also have it tattooed on my shoulder. And I'll kind of just walk you through my planner. You'll see a big difference from when I first started. This I kind of just keep as my dashboard. I just have a sticky here right now, but typically I'll put little sticky flags on here. I did the front page on my own. I just covered it. I wanted to work hard and play hard still, but whatever was on the front here was like an introduction and said Erin Condren and some information on there. I covered it. Just used some scrapbook paper to kind of make it my own. Now I got my planner in February, I believe. January. I did get it in January, but it was down towards the last week of the month. So this is the first spread the monthly spread that I did, I do change the tops and I change the color schemes. This one I was sort of able to keep it similar, but I'll just sort of walk you through. You can see it's mostly, I went back in time and decorated. So this is when I actually start using my planner. You can see I wasn't covering morning, day, and night. February is when I started to get a little bit more creative. I still wasn't using it to really plan. So here was my very first as I go weekly spread. To-dos, chores, and work days, that kind of thing. As I go along, I definitely start to plan and decorate a little bit more. As you can tell, I love scrapbooking, so I started to get a little bit more on the decorating. So I got some practice in with the decorating and kind of started to stick to themes with each weekly spread. And it wasn't until, I think June, until I really started planning. This was my birth month, so I did it all birthday themed, and I just used scrapbook paper here. I wasn't exactly sure what I was doing, but I did like the birthday spread. I had a bunch of birthday paper and stuff like that. So we get into June, and I actually start doing a little bit more planning. I picked up some Studio L2E stamps and started using those. At the time, I was a student, so I was logging assignments due, and then I broke up my day into schoolwork and personal, and then that kind of jumbled around as I figured out what was working for me and what wasn't. I started logging this hydrate thing, but I actually didn't start checking it off until later. As we go along here, you can see I'm kind of starting to work up a style of what I like, of breaking up the morning, day, and nights. I still like the scrapbooky elements, and I love the washi tape. So as we get into July, I start seriously logging my hydrating, excuse me, logging my hydrating, logging my school, and also we have a rental home, so I was logging kind of what was going on with our renters at the time, and just kind of regular shopping and things like that. But I was seriously wanting to plan, but had all of this homework and schoolwork to do, so it was very challenging to try and juggle planning and school at the same time, especially once I started my finals, which I believe began on the 29th of June. And then I had 3 weeks to turn in 4 10-page papers. So I went through and I logged out, hey, this one is due here, this one is due here. They weren't all due until the very end, but I had to kind of separate out kind of where I thought I should have been at that time. And I stuck pretty close to it. We did leave town. We went to Chelan, and we also, for the 4th, we also left town for that as well. So whenever we leave town, you'll see a bunch of to-dos beforehand. But 4th of July, I enjoyed the July theme because I had a lot of kind of Americana stuff to play with. So I liked the 4th of July. I think a lot of people don't like the 4th of July just because it's so American and it's the same throughout the whole thing. It's a little bit hard to change your theme up. But I did successfully change my theme up, and this week of the 20th to the 26th of July was the first week that I actually decorated the spread and was able to seriously plan and utilize the planner. I'm engaged, so I am just starting, we're about 11 months out from the wedding. So I'm starting to do wedding stuff and starting to incorporate those, and we're also juggling new renters. So this was the first week that I actually really enjoyed doing my planner. And I had got some new stickers and started to kind of block out little boxes to kind of incorporate. And I absolutely love these owls, this owl washi tape. I can't remember, I think I got it from Hobby Lobby, I'm pretty sure. But I did continue to log these out. This was the last day of school, is when my exam was due. So I logged school here, but I left this middle one blank. As we moved into August, this was my August spread, and it's still kind of in the making as we're very early into August. This is the 27th through the 31st, and then the beginning of August here. I did start logging my weather. I logged a few different ways. I just hand drew the symbol, and in some cases I printed these stickers and cut these out, but I got tired of cutting them out because I don't have a silhouette. So I was cutting them by hand, and that got really kind of tedious after a couple of weeks. So I ended up just like hand drawing a cloud and some suns. But I did end up getting the weather, it's the Rate It from Studio L2E, so I am stamping the weather there. This week I really enjoyed. I think I got a lot of really good use out of it. Lots of checklists. I started logging TV shows, farrier appointments. I have a horse, and I'm about to accumulate a second horse, and we're also building a fence on our 10 acres of property, so that you will see throughout the spread as well. But I love this layout and kind of the way that it went. I log my work still with these little flags. I work 3 days in a row, and then I have 3 days off. It's a rotating shift work schedule, and I work for 12 hours. So typically on these days, there's not really a whole lot else going to be going on. This day was my stepsister's wedding, so I ended up leaving early, went out for breakfast, and so on the work days, you'll see if I have a student, this one says Boot week 6. Boot is a student of mine that I had while I was training him at work. So that's pretty much all you'll see, that hydrate stickers and coffees. And then maybe if we have like breakfast or anything like that, you'll see on the work stuff. But I won't actually be logging to-do work items on here because I don't take my planner into work with me. And I would love to go into my work a little bit more and explain what it is that I do, but unfortunately I'm going to have to kind of keep that private for some privacy issues as well, so I'll kind of just leave that up to your imagination for now. I did start logging a no-buy. It turns out this does not make me not buy stuff, so I may end up kind of changing the way that I do that. This is this week's spread, so we're up to date, and today is Monday. We have gravel delivery today from 8 to 10. That's kind of what I'm sitting here waiting for. So I'm working overtime this afternoon, and I have an Office Depot run to make, which I actually got done yesterday, so I checked those off. I had a little extra time. And this afternoon, evening, after work, I'm having sushi with a coworker of mine, and then she's going to come over and we'll watch The Bachelor in Paradise. My grades are due to be posted tomorrow. Now, I said I'm finished with school, but I'm hanging on the edge waiting for my grades to be posted. Once I get my grade posted, if it's a passing grade, I will have a master's degree in leadership and executive management in criminal justice. So that will give you a little tidbit as to what I do for a living. I also have a bachelor's degree in law and specialize in corrections. So my grades are going to be posted on this day, so I'll know if I need to retake my exam or if I passed and am good to go. So it's getting a little bit tricky. I need to stop planning so far ahead because I'm starting to squeeze stuff in. Like this dinner, we're going out to get hamburgers with a friend. So Eating out is clearly something that we do a lot. My fiance and I love to eat out, and I don't really love to cook that much. I will cook, but I don't love it. The only time I really do any sort of meal prepping, which I sometimes do in the sidebar, sometimes do in the boxes, but is for work. I have 2 dogs, and I mark my walk dog days or evenings, and same with the gym. I have to get back to the gym seriously and really focus on that. So in the next couple of weeks, you'll see this kind of coming out a little bit more. But I have some weekends off. So my dad is coming to visit for the weekend, and we're building a fence. So this is my little fencing symbol. We're gonna barbecue this evening when he's out here. So that's basically it. This is kind of what the weeks look like before I plan. I do take sticky notes and kind of cut them to fit and log what will need to be logged for that day. Same thing with the monthly spreads. I've done September, and this is actually a sticker, and I'll go into all the stuff and equipment that I use in a different video, but I love September's theme with this sticker and this paper. This is scrapbook paper. Love, love, love it. But this is kind of what a spread looks like, and then I just put these stickies in here to log some different things that I need to add on there, and a to read column as well. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm super excited to start making some plan with me videos and doing some editing, which those are all things that I really enjoy. So please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos in the future, more in detail plan with me's, maybe some hauls and things of that nature. So thanks, and have a good day, guys.